Hi everyone, we have a question here saying draw a line segment with a length square root of 5 without using a ruler. So the length here, it's clear, square root of 5 without using a ruler. And this is very hard since square root of 5 is going to give me a decimal. How I can draw a line, like a line segment with a decimal value, and it's saying without using a ruler. In this case, I have to use for sure the Pythagorean theorem to help me to draw it. So I'm gonna remind myself only with the Pythagorean theorem. You can see here a right triangle, and we know that we cannot use a Pythagorean theorem if you don't have a right angle here and we have a right triangle. We know from previous that the opposite one it's called hypotenuse, the other one it's leg 1, the other side it's leg 2. And we have the theorem, and the theorem it's saying that the square of the hypotenuse equal the square of leg 1 plus the square of leg 2. Someone will tell me this is going to help me in what? Actually, it's going to help me to draw the line segment with a length square root of 5. So I'm going to assume that this line it's my hypotenuse. So if I square root of 5, if I have square root of 5 and we square it, equal to 5. So I'm going to complete this. I'm going to say 5 equal something plus something. And actually here I have many options. I can say 0 plus 5, I can say 1 plus 4, and I can say 2 plus 3. And after that, the opposite 3 plus 2, 4 plus 1, 5 plus 0, the inverse. So which one I'm going to use? First of all, 0 to 5, we can neglect it completely because if I have a 0 as a side, it's not going to be a triangle. 2 and 3. If I'm going to write 2 and 3 here, it's going to be very difficult when I'm going to ask myself leg 1 equal square root of 2. Leg 2 equal square root of 3. To draw a square root of 2 and square root of 3, I need for sure a calculator. In this case, I have to change my mind. I'm going to say I have to find something else. So let's forget about the 2 and 3 and use 1 and 4. And because 1 and 4, they are perfect square, this is a good choice. In this case, leg 1, it's going to be the square root of 1, which is 1, and I can draw 1. Leg 2, it's going to be the square root of 4, and this is 2. Can I draw 2? Yes, for sure. So if I go from this point and I decide I need leg 2 to be 2, that means 2 units. Leg 1 to be 1 unit. If I bring a line and I join this point to this point, this line is going to give me a value of square root of 5. This is a solution. So someone will tell me, but how can I check if the answer is correct? In this case, I'm going to go to GeoGebra and use this application to find the value of the square root of 5, it's right or not. So I'm going to click on the link. Now I don't need the calculator. I can bring this little bit like that. And we said that leg 1 is 1 and leg 2 is 2. So that means from this point I need to go 2 and 1. So the line is going from here to here. So if I ask for a line segment and I choose any point and I notice that this is 2 and this is 1, so I'm going to place it here. Now you see that it's 2.24. This is the length of AB. In my case, I know this is a square root of 5, but I want to check if it's right or not. So I'm going to type square root of 5. 2.24, and this is to confirm that my work is correct. If I go to any other example and instead of square root of 5 and I have a question saying draw a line with a length square root of 17, for example, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to say h square equal leg 1 square plus leg 2 square. If I square the square root of 17 is going to give me 17. What is the two number that I can add it together to give me 17? But Don't forget, we need a perfect square. That means 1 plus 16 is a perfect square. That means leg 1 is the square root of 1, which is 1. Leg 2 is the square root of 16, which is 4. So that means I need 4 space and 1 space. So if I go back to GeoGebra, I need a line that it has 4 unit horizontal and 1 unit vertical. So if I'm gonna draw a segment from this point, I know 1, 2, 3, and 4, and go up 1. That means it's 4.12. Now I need to check, is 4.12 equal to square root of 17? To confirm that my work is right, square root of 17, enter, 4.12. So 4.12 from here, 4.12 here, that means my work is correct. Thank you for listening.